Welcome back to the A to Z Master RuneScape Guide, where we are on part 13b. I'm Hunter-esque, or the RuneScape Lorehound, and today we'll be covering the following requirements. Vengeance, the second saga in the Bridge Over Fremmy Waters achievement. First of all though, I would recommend that you watch my most recent MQC Lengthiest requirement video, which was released in 2022. This will now pop up via a suggestion card. This is because it is important to start some requirements early in your grind. Also, if you have missed the previous A to Z guide, where we covered the Threes Company saga, please click the suggestion card that will appear now. For these videos I'm going to assume that you have the quest point cape, but I will attempt to include the quests, skills and any other requirement you need for each achievement. In addition, these video guides are made to be Ironman friendly. With that, let's get started with the Vengeance saga. So, the requirement we are looking at today is part 2 out of 5 in the Bridge Over Fremmy Waters achievement, and this entire achievement is worth 15 rune score once you complete all 5 sagas to 100%. So to complete this saga, you first need to have at least level 23 in Dungeoneering, level 55 in Agility and also in Thieving, have completed the previous saga, Threes Company, and you need the Ring of Kinship to find the collection of swords within Daemonheim. Before you can begin this saga, you will need to find a collection of swords within Daemonheim. This can be done by completing any of the abandoned floors, so this is between 12 and 17 while on any complexity level. The swords will be in a random room and may not show up on your minimap, so keep an eye out. So this collection of swords can only be found after unfreezing Skaldrun and having found the bear pelt for the previous saga, Threes Company. So if you are unsure about how to unfreeze Skaldrun, please visit the 2-minute mark in the previous A to Z guide, but to be honest with you, it would be very unlikely that you would be able to do Vengeance before Threes Company, because you have to have Skaldrun unfrozen and to have done Threes Company to actually participate in Vengeance. But I'm just saying this in case you're somebody who hasn't completed any of the sagas and you've clicked on this video thinking it was the first one. Now that you can begin the Vengeance saga, equip your Ring of Kinship and teleport to Daemonheim. Once you get there, be sure to bank all of your items before starting, as you cannot take any items into the saga with you. Run to the west of the stairs and the rewards shop. You will then find Skaldrun towards the end of the path, just before heading north. Speak with him to begin the Vengeance saga. Once you start the saga, you will begin in a room with Kay Thanksby, Lotharia Seldorina, Lola Woot and Ican Haz. The first part of this saga starts with you having control over these 4 warriors. The second part of this saga you'll be playing as a poisoned, forgotten warrior. Your main objective in Vengeance is to complete the dungeon without dying. Achieving only this will result in the Abridged rewards, while the Unabridged rewards are obtained from completing side objectives, just like Threes Company. Each of the sagas in Bridge Over Fremmy Waters needs to be completed at 100%, which is also the unabridged version, in order to complete the requirement. So, the side objectives for Vengeance are as follows. 1. Find and talk to Argax, allowing her to die peacefully or telling her to keep fighting. 2. Confront Korel about the key, either sparing or punishing him. 3. Talk to Pelias after investigating the remains of his lover Shiana, either lying to comfort him or telling him the truth about her death. So the key point in point 3 is to make sure you talk to Pelias after you've investigated the remains of Shiana. A couple of notes before we start. The poisoned warrior can pick either noble or ruthless options throughout the saga, which will alter the story slightly but does not affect the 100% completion. And also be warned that the poison does not fade away and will continually drain health, so I would say it's best to do this saga in one continuous sitting. In the starting room, you'll be introduced to the 4 previously mentioned warriors. Go ahead and enter the first room, it's the only one available, and kill the forgotten warriors you find inside. Skaldrun will then proceed with the saga and a short cutscene will appear. At this time, you'll be given control of the sole surviving warrior. You also see that this forgotten warrior has been poisoned for the next 1000 minutes. Return to the starting room as the forgotten warrior, and begin talking with Orin. As I mentioned before, you will have 2 paths you can take throughout this dungeon, the ruthless or the noble path. In this video you will see the Dragon D94 chooses the noble path, but essentially you can choose whichever one you like. So there are two options when talking to Orin, either the ruthless path where you choose to keep the fish and then you retrieve the silver crescent key from his corpse, or the noble path where you give Orin the fish in exchange for the key. Now the buggy part of this section is you must not interrupt the conversation right after agreeing to keep the fish, otherwise Orin will die and you won't receive the key, probably meaning you have to start again. Use the key to open the southernmost door and attack Lotharia. Decide whether Lotharia gets the noble or ruthless treatment. Once you've decided this, you will need to complete the tile puzzle in order to open the door. You might remember these, or this one, from the first saga. A tutorial on how to complete these can be found in the previous A to Z guide, but as a quick reminder, choose a colour, focus on one row at a time, flipping those below the tile of the opposite colour, and then when you get towards the end of the puzzle, you need to force the last few remaining tiles. Once you've solved the flip tile puzzle, enter the next room. Kill the spiders if you need more food. Next, enter the eastern room and you will find Has. Run straight in and attack him. Decide whether he receives the ruthless or the noble treatment. Loot Has and make sure you pick up the blue triangle key and then return to the previous room. Unlock the door and continue on through the next two rooms. You can kill the hellhounds for anti-poison elixirs, which will eliminate the poison effects for a short amount of time, but be warned it will not get rid of the poison completely. Alternatively, you can also kill the spiders for food, as they will always drop between 2 and 7 giant flatfish. Speak to Argax and decide whether she should continue to fight or die peacefully. This is side objective number 1, so make sure you don't miss her. Continue on through the next two rooms, and you will then come across a room with 5 levers. You will need to pull these levers as quickly as possible in order to unlock the door. Proceed through the next 2 rooms in order to find Korel. Confront Korel and decide whether you are going to kill him and be ruthless or let him live, which is the noble option. Remember, don't miss him because this is side objective number 2. Proceed to the next room and you will find Lola Woot. Attack her. After defeating Lola, you'll have the same 2 options again of ruthless and noble. The ruthless is quite an elaborate option and the noble is very simple. If you decide to do the ruthless, you need to search the table in the southeast corner for a vial of poison. You need to check the north door so Lola will move towards the fishing spot, then go through the west door. Use the poison on the fishing spot, check the north door to open the 4th room, and then wait for Lola to use the fishing spot. You can then make sure you view Shiana's body to stop taking poison damage. If the poison doesn't completely kill Lola, you can deal the last blow. Or do the noble option and kill her normally. Okay, so this is important. If you choose the ruthless path of Lola, you would already have gone into the room with Shiana, so return to that room and examine her body. However, if you chose the noble path of Lola, you need to proceed through the west door and then check Shiana's body. Before you complete this step, just make sure you've already visited Shiana's body. Go through the north door and then to the east towards Pelias, and then speak with him. Decide whether to tell him the truth about Shiana and be ruthless, or lie to him, which is apparently noble. This is the final side objective, so make sure you do not miss him and that you don't talk to him before you've examined her body. Run west and use the crimson rectangle key you picked up from Lola. Continue west until you find Kay Thanksby. You will need to then defeat her in combat and choose one of the 4 options to end the saga. If you choose to follow, let's say, the ruthless path more than the noble path, but you still occasionally dip into the noble, you will not have all of the 4 options available to you. So the first option, where you confront Kay's lies, is the extreme noble, and the make her suffer is the extreme ruthless. And these options will not appear if you choose to stay neutral. Now, these options only affect how the story ends, not the rewards. Finish the dialogue and you will return to the surface to speak with Skaldrun. If you followed everything correctly in this video, you should have received both the abridged and unabridged rewards. Congratulations, you've just completed Vengeance at 100%, the unabridged version. That's the second of the 5 sagas towards the Bridge Over Fremmy Waters achievement. Well, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope it helped you. If it did, please leave a like and subscribe for more NPC guides. Remember that the link to my Discord server is in the description, and you're more than welcome to join. My Discord server is also a very good place to find out about where the videos are coming out and how busy my life is and what's going on in that regard, as well as asking questions about anything that is troubling you with the Master Quest Cape. Have a great day everybody, this is the RuneScape Lorehound, signing off.